nice inside, noisy outside. Folks, welcome to the MG Gallery in Quezon City. Look at it. It's brand spanking new. Things are still being developed, actually. You can come in here without any pressures, take a look at the cars, have a feel, have a sit inside. Look at cars that haven't even actually been launched yet. This is basically a replica of what happened at Mia's, where there was a grand floor. All of these cars were displayed. Here, if you missed the show, you can check out the cars once again and perhaps see if it fits your lifestyle. Much like if you were to get the AutoDeal app, which is available on Android and Apple, by the way, and of course our website, AutoDeal.com.ph, where you can find the latest information on all of these cars and more. The reason why we're here, though, is we're not here just to shoot the breeze. We're actually here for a reason, and that reason is sitting in the garage outside. The ZS Alpha you remember. The ZST you remember even more because it was more recent. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the latest iteration from the stable of MG, and it is called the MG ZS MCE. Now, the weird thing that I found is that MCE actually stands for minor change. To the unassuming eye, yeah, that is possible because the exterior does look pretty much the same. But I don't think the changes on this car are minor at all. Stick around on this very quick walk around and I'll explain to you just exactly why. So yeah, I'll agree with you that to the untrained eye, or even the trained eye, it's quite similar in exterior design to that of the ZST, possibly even the ZS Alpha, but closer to the T. Because you still do have LEDs up front, your DRLs, your projectors, and this snake pattern here found inside, which is nice. You've got your headlamps, or rather your fog lamps found down below for maximum visibility. You move down the side, you've got large 17-inch wheels, which are two-tone tomahawk patterns wrapped in 55 series tires, which have red calipers inside, which I think are quite nifty. Brakes are discs front and rear for maximum stopping power. That is roughly about 150 millimeters of ground clearance, great enough for inside the city and also out. You've got repeaters on your side mirror, 360 camera here, roof rails found up on top, and then as you move on to the rear, these lights at the rear wrap around the side of the car, look great, have a great pattern inside. The bit about the rear that I love the most is, yes, I'm mababaw, I'll admit it. I like the fact that the MG badge or logo is how you open the trunk. Yes, I'm that shallow. The trunk capacity is 360 liters. Okay, fine. If you really want to get down to the nitty-gritty, it's actually 359 liters. And if you want to be specific about when you tumble the second row down, you're looking at 1,166 liters. Now, all of this is obviously quite similar to the previous generation, but what I'm interested in is the bit underneath the hood. Thanks a lot, Earl, for making my life easy. Good for nothing, friend. If we're to go back as far as the ZS Alpha, that was a 1.5 liter naturally aspirated, mated to a 4-speed automatic transmission. Then if you go to the ZST, you were looking at a 1.3 liter turbocharged engine, mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now, they've gone back to a 1.5 liter, naturally aspirated, but has given it better legs in the form of a CVT. So the total output of this engine is 112 horses and 150 Newton meters of torque. Now, if we were to go back to our review of the ZST, that was 2 years ago. And funny enough, we were able to get about 10.5 kilometers per liter inside the city and 16.5 kilometers per liter on the highway. I do have to say that that was back in 2022. You guys remember what Philippine roads were like back then, right? There were much less cars on the road because we were in the middle of some hassles in our lives at that point. So will we get the same figures in this car? Hopefully it won't dip, but it could remain the same because, well, the traffic now is a little bit worse. We won't know, however, until we take it out for a drive, which we hope to do so sometime soon. Before we do, I want to show you the interior because there are even more changes in this car, which bogs my mind why it's actually called a minor change. It's pretty big. The interior is actually quite similar yet again because, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I liked it because it's neat. The buttons are easy to get to. There isn't a lot of piano blacks in this car, well, at least in high traffic areas. It still has a slight flat bottom steering wheel, but really what is the same in this car, the good stuff, which is a 10-inch touchscreen infotainment system. You've got a 7-inch instruments cluster, and they're both very brilliant and bright, and they look good. The touchscreen works very well. It's got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The big change in here is, look at the seats. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's now red accents on the automobile. This, obviously, I have to say that is only available on the top-end model, which is what this is. But don't worry, there's only 2 models anyway to choose from, and the price difference isn't that big, which we'll get to. But mainly what I want to say is that they have adapted to what the younger generation now wants. They want a little bit of sportiness, a little bit of difference. Sure, previously it was just carbon fiber, faux carbon fiber in the form of either plastic or in design. Now, the red accents actually, it's not an overkill, really. I do like it. Also, the red carbon, or rather the red trim, is available for all top-end models, regardless of what color it is that you get on the outside. When you want to talk about colors, then that you got to head on to AutoDeal.com.ph for, because all that information, colors, specs, prices, are all available on AutoDeal.com.ph and also on our app, as I mentioned, which is available on Apple and Android. Now, there are 2 variants, as you will find on our website. The lower end model, which is the Comfort, comes in at just 918,000 Philippine pesos, plus 888. They like to do that. This top end model, the Lux, comes in at 1,088,000 Philippine pesos, plus 888. Find out more information on all of these cars, all the specs, the prices, the colors, on our website, AutoDeal.com.ph. Folks, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys soon. I'm going back inside the gallery because this thing is a nice place. Good morning.